I think it's time that we get into the heavy cavalry that tramples across the battlefield, terrifying those that get in its way. Donned with heavy armor and a strong lance, Monastic Knights are the last unit in the chivalric tree, so are they worth the effort to unlock them? Monastic Knights are a 5-star Golden Era heavy cavalry unit. They will cost you 330 leadership to add them into your warband. Monastic Knights sport 5 traits. Long charge. The unit can charge over a long distance. Very heavy armor. The unit is heavily armored but not very agile. Resist flame. This unit takes reduced damage from thermal weapons such as Hellfire and Scorpios. Fire resistant. The unit's armor is less vulnerable to thermal weapons than other units of the same era. Sluggish. The unit takes time to change direction and build up to full speed. There are 3 formations to order the unit into. Dispersed formation. It helps reduce the unit's vulnerability to concentrated ranged attacks, as well as spread out their area of impact. Wedge formation. The unit forms a wedge-shaped formation to break through enemy lines and concentrate their impact. Line formation. The unit stands in 2 ranks, making it better at frontal attacks across a wide line. There's only 1 unit order for Monastic Knights. Charge. The Knights charge forward to destroy their foes. Monastic Knights have 2 Veterancy lines available. Before either line, the unit gets a 2% increase to piercing damage. The top line has a focus on damage and the charge unit order. Some beneficial nodes are the increase to charge damage, penetration damage, and charge cooldown reduction. The bottom line has a focus on defense. Some notable nodes are the increase to defenses and increases to health. In the line lists, you will notice almost all benefits being the same. This is because Monastic Knights earn 29 Veterancy points and have very few nodes. You will end up nearly getting all of the upgrades no matter what line you choose. The only differences are which of the last few you get. The top line gives the extra increased charge damage and cooldown reduction. The bottom gives the health increase and extra blunt defenses. For this reason, either line works well with Monastic Knights. I personally run the top line to give the charge a bit more utility, but we'll get into the charge later. Getting into Doctrines. I run the Breakthrough Doctrine, Life Doctrine, Rare Lance Doctrine, Piercing Doctrine, and Piercing Damage Doctrine. This focuses on damage while also helping with movement speed. My dream loadout would be the Breakthrough Doctrine, Rare Lance Doctrine, Piercing Damage Doctrine, and Epic Lance Doctrines 2 and 3. This focuses on increasing their raw damage, gives them a damage reduction while charging, and cooldown reduction to the charge. The Rare Doctrine also helps counteract their slow speed a bit. With all that, let's get more into the charge. Monastic Knights have a long cooldown on their charge. Their charge is also not the strongest when compared to some other Golden Era cavalry units. The real benefit to Monastic Knights is their defenses. They have the strongest defense of any cavalry unit. This gives them the strongest staying power in combat of any cavalry unit. This combined with their charge allows them to charge into situations that most cavalry cannot, since most rely on charging through the opponent and coming out the other side. Monastic Knights are a heavy cavalry unit. They should be used as a frontal assault unit that charges in and engages the opponent. The other benefit to their defenses is they can be walked through the enemy unit while spamming the formation order without having to worry as much about them getting attacked by the enemy. The biggest disadvantage Monastics have are they do not have resistances to daze or stun attacks. They can have their charges stopped by muskets or pavis. A pike unit with the stun doctrine can stop their advances and punish them. For this reason, Monastics are great against infantry, but need to be wary of pike units or muskets. If you keep this in mind, they will treat you well as they trot over enemy units and engage infantry in spots that are tighter than most cavalry would even risk. I hope this video gave you a look into the Monastic Knights. If it did, please hit that like button. If you want to see another spotlight, I'll put a card at the end for the unit that Monastic should fear. With that, until next time, I'll see you on the battlefield. Just go for the archers. Just YOLO at those archers. I don't care. I'm just YOLOing for these archers.